Whether it's starting a business, gatekeepers, or white label CRMs, there is just about no subject upon which I am not the person to which an answer will be coming from which I am the person. That's why you ask questions on the social mediums at Brad Johnson Show with a hashtag Brad Knows, and I answer your questions. Plus, we have an amazing wellness well trip planned where you are going to learn things you didn't even know you didn't know. It is mind-blowing. So let's do this. Hit it, James.
Brad Johnson Show. 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Blast off. Welcome to the Brad Johnson Show.
I'm Brad Johnson, and I'm turning losers like you into winners like me.
The Brad Johnson Show with your host, Brad Johnson.
Get ready to start winning.
And now your host, Brad Johnson.
Hey there, I'm your host, Brad Johnson. Here as always, assistant to the host, James Kirkland, helping me out today.
I'm the
with,
assistant host, James.
I was introducing, welcome to the Brad Johnson Show, where I'm turning losers like you into winners like me. I'm so glad to have you here, pouring my voice into your brain cavity.
Sorry, I just got so used to hosting the show while you were gone that,
yeah,
it was great.
Don't do that. Don't get used to that. That was a one-off, like, my on-the-road mic had broken, and it wasn't my fault. Somebody had moved the luggage. I'd stacked it just perfectly, and they moved it, and it broke my mic. So that was the only reason. So yeah, just don't get used to that.
I mean, people liked it, though. I think we got some really good feedback from it. So maybe we can do it again sometime.
There's this thing that's people are nice sometimes to other people, even when necessarily they wouldn't. That it's not niceness. It's, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I got to tell you this, James. I got pulled over by the police. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
5150 people, like the blue and white guys. Yeah. I was like, do you even know who I am? But I was just cruising along in my Tesla, got pulled over, and they were like, okay, you don't have a license. And I was like,
who needs that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. It was like, you should just be able to look through the window and know exactly who I am. But yeah, so I couldn't find the second plate. So, I mean, I had to order a new pair, both front and back, it had a different plate number. And yeah, so anyway, I had to replace that other one. So I went to the place, got the new plates. It was like a $22 fee, which, is not much money for me, but change. Yeah, still, it's like, come on, I could spend that on a coffee or something. Anyway, I took the plate back, and wouldn't you know, there were I was gonna have my VA put it on there for me, and I went back there, and I went to take the old ones off. There were two stacked right on top of each other.
Wow, some people are just so incompetent.
Oh, tell me about it. It was just ridiculous. It's like, man, okay, whichever VA put that on, I don't even remember, so I couldn't fire them, but I would have if I had, because yeah, $22 wasted.
Sounds like he had a lot on his plate.
Well, the good thing was that I was able to get a different license plate number, so now mine just says winner 1 right there on it. So
very
got
nice.
That one. So yeah, good place there. Yes, exactly. All right. So on the show, I'm going to help you salvage the wreckage that is your life through my tried and true answers that are guaranteed to change your life, maybe even for the better. But before we get to your burning questions and amazing wellness well this time, it's time for a word from our sponsor.
Protect your home the winner's way. Don't not sign a long-term contract that will keep your security secure. Protect your home the winner's way with AwesomeSecuritySigns.com, the company Brad Johnson trusts. Bigger, flashier, stronger, more reflective. Meet the all-new AwesomeSecuritySigns.com. Forget drilling, sticking, or thinking. Forget alarms and cameras and all that technical, confusing junk. Introducing the most powerful crime prevention system ever. Our brand new contract security subscription service provides you with a new threatening anti-theft sign every month. AwesomeSecuritySigns.com. Don't spend money on an expensive security system, just get the sign. Guaranteed to make criminals think at least twice before breaking into your home and stealing your stuff. Real good security prepares for the baddest. So we don't just provide signs, we provide backup signs. And backup signs for those backup signs just in case your sign gets torn down or blown away. Listeners to this show can get an amazing discount by going to awesomesecuritysigns.com/Brad Knows. Get 5% off your first month subscription. Terms, limitations, and conditions apply. awesomesecuritysigns.com. Securely securing your security securely.
All right. If you have not gotten your security signs, guys, I don't know what you're waiting for. If you're a rich entrepreneur stud, excuse me, like I am, then you need those because your house is in danger. And if you don't have the security signs, like people know that you're just a sucker waiting to be robbed. So don't let that happen.
Don't let this happen to you.
Exactly. Speaking of don't let something happen to you, James, there's so many questions in here that I don't want my energy levels to run out. This is going to take a lot of energy to answer these questions with the vim and vigor that I always do. I think I'm going to need at least half an almond here. Okay.
Oh,
all right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, not that you run out of energy easily. It's just that
the people just took half an almond.
Are annoying.
Like yeah, half an almond, and I'm good to go. It worked. So let's do this. Let's jump right into these questions.
All right. First question: how can I get ready and prepare to become a business owner?
Okay. So what I like to tell people most of the time is that you can't prepare for something that you've never done before because you don't know what it is, right? So unless you've been a business owner previously, then there's no way to prepare because the only preparation is doing. Wow. Yeah, I just said that?
That's great.
That's so quotable. James, write that down. I want that.
Very quotable. I got it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, James always has the notepad ready for any kind of wonder that comes out of my mouth.
I have a pile of notepads. At any given moment, there could be some nugget of wisdom that just comes rolling out of his face.
Yeah, and we're going digital soon, right, James? You're working on that because I don't.
Oh yeah,
all the paper. That's
we can. We could killing
pine trees and stuff.
I mean, I already carry around your 3 phones and the iPad and the iPad Pro and the, all the devices. It just gets kind of cluttered.
So. Way better to go digital. So that's anyway. Okay, so. As far as your preparations, the only, you can't prepare to be a business owner, but you can prepare to win. And if you're prepared to win, then when you do become a business owner, it doesn't matter what your other preparations have been because you'll just be able to knock it out of the park because you've learned how to win. So that's what I'd say is forget, any of that actual training or preparation for owning a business. Focus on winning. And then it doesn't matter.
One of my favorite things that you've always said is the best way to get started is to have already done something. So if you haven't already had a business, you're too late. You should have already done that for the first time.
Exactly. And then you wouldn't even have to be asking that question. So, all right, next one. Let's move on to the next question.
All right, this one's about social media. With all the noise on social mediums, got the correct plural there, what do you look for? What do you look for when people are trying to connect with you?
Oh, man. So
that's a good one. We see this a lot.
I mean, people like, oh, follow me. And, you should check out my stuff. Let me just tell you straight up, right up front here that that doesn't work. That is a waste of time and pathetic.
Unless it's you.
And well, I mean, because it's worthwhile. I'm saying follow me or look at my stuff, which is worthwhile because it's my stuff. But I've never detriment
if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. So don't start out with that. That's rule numero uno. Second, we've talked about this on the show a bit of just warming up a prospect, and some people call it bribing or something. That's a harsh word. I don't like using that word. I think it's misused for sure. So I would say, just warm up your prospect. If you send somebody, a cash gift card, boom, they're going to be like, whoa, what is this guy up to? And then they're going to want to check out your stuff. Right. Exactly.
And also just the fact that those people who are trying to connect with you, they should be offering you something of value. It shouldn't be that they're asking you to look at their profile for free. They should pay you to look at their profile or something. You got to have some exchange of goods there.
These people don't even know. I mean, I do social media consulting. That's part of the BJS Enterprises is what I do. I examine people's setup, and then I give admonitions and a direction as far as what they should do to make
profile
it better.
Tips, profile picture tips, that type of thing.
Yeah, big time stuff. And I mean, it transforms people's social media, which thereby transforms their life because social media equals life. So yeah, there you go. There. So when you're trying to connect with somebody, reach out to them in a way that's going to make them want you to reach out to them. That's what I say. All right, next one.
What's the best way to conquer the fear of flopping when first starting a business?
Oh man. Don't.
I'm just seeing failure written all over this, and it just doesn't compute.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up to fail when you think about whether or not you're going to fail. And flopping and failure, they both start with F, and so does fear, and those are all those are F words, and you don't say those around me, okay? That's not okay.
And things just get so out of hand as soon as you start thinking. Like we talk about this a lot. Just don't think as much. Just be the awesomeness that is you. Or if you're not awesome, listen to the show and get better.
Exactly. No, and I want to just piggyback on that as far as the lack of thinking that should be present in your life. There should be so much non-thinking that you don't, that there's no room for fear, flopping, any of those F words. Get them out of your life. Don't want them. Can't have them. Won't tolerate them because you've never seen on a winning entrepreneur's wall, namely like one of my walls, that anything about conquering fear. Like that is dumb. It's just like domination or winning or determination. Like things like that are going to be on the wall, not conquering fear, because you should just forget that. Okay.
Your only fear should be winning too much, and that's a worthy goal.
Well, I wouldn't even fear that because I've been there and it's not scary at all. All right, next question.
How do I get past industry gatekeepers?
Okay. This I
want to do a little definition for some people.
Yeah, and that was what I was just going to say is that a lot of people are like, oh, what are industry gatekeepers? And it's like, well, if you're trying to physically go into a store or something and there's like somebody blocking, or like an office and there's somebody in your way, like a security guard or something like that, how do you get past that? I mean, I feel like a lot of the really profitable industry, profitable niches or niches, they have gatekeepers because they're trying to keep their trade secrets. So I mean, like you can't just walk into an Apple factory. They've got a gatekeeper.
Not that simple.
Yeah. So how do you get past them? Well, first of all, you got to assess your reason for wanting to get past them. Is this not something that could be done with a text? That's what I always say. Okay.
Great policy.
It's like, okay, what am I going to go? Like, I've already worked out today. I've already, just maxed out completely on my physicalness. Like, am I going to really like walk somewhere and actually try and get through a gate? Like that just, like, why wouldn't I just text Mark Zuckerberg instead? Be like, hey, Mark, like, what's up? And, something like that. Like that makes a lot more sense to me than
something
trying to get
real professional. Yeah,
exactly. Okay. So, I would say, assess your reason. And then if you really do, again, I think it really goes back to just warming up your prospect. Like that gatekeeper, look at them as a potential customer, one, and two, as somebody that is in need of the services that you could offer them. So if you look at them that way, they're no longer a gatekeeper, they're a prospect.
Right. Well, and even just offering them the opportunity to be your gatekeeper and recognize that they're actually working for a less beneficial employer, and just the fact that they may get paid less if they work for you, but the exposure will be amazing.
Yeah, and that's what we always talk about. It's all about the experience. Oh man, knock that one out of the park again. Oh man, I am just putting my heart and soul into this. I think I need to eat the other half of that almond. Okay.
You mean
I'll chew this. You read the next one.
Almond? Is that
what
you're talking about?
It's almond. Okay. Everybody knows that. It's called an almond.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. Next question. While I chew my almond.
Okay. What's your recommendation for the best product when it comes to white label CRM?
Okay. First of all, I'm going to say that I am colorblind. I don't see color. So if this is a white label CRM, I'm going to just say it's a label CRM. Okay.
Full stop.
Yeah. Full steam ahead with that stop. Yeah. That's not. Okay, so first, that I would just want to say that. I want to get that out of the way. First of all, so just make people realize that, this be colorblind. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's a good thing to be.
That's sure to stop.
Okay.
Like,
With that, what is your recommendation for the best product when it comes to Label CRM? Okay. Now I can answer that question. That question is one which I do have the ability for which to answer, and thus I will. So my recommendation would be that you find the best one out there.
that's great. But what we might actually need to talk about what a CRM is, just in case there might be someone out there that doesn't know what that is, which would be really stupid, but
there might be. Yeah, what kind of idiot wouldn't know that? So
I mean, I know what it is, and you know what it is.
I know what it is. Of course. So just why don't you just give the people a definition there for CRM so they can I can kind of expound on that.
I mean, I was actually going to let you give the definition.
I could, but I want to hear what your thoughts are on it. Not because I think they might be important or anything, but because I think it might put it in more layman's terms, because that's what you are compared to what I am.
But we really want to get the professional perspective on this, someone that really knows what they're talking about. I mean, I wouldn't want to deprive you of that opportunity. Or we could just skip it.
I think they need the answer. Like I said, I think the answer is just to find the best one that there is. Like, you don't go with anything less than the best. Okay?
Of course.
So tackle the greatness of it and get the CRM that's going to just rock your world.
Get the one. Yeah. Buy it. Download it.
Yeah. Top level. It's probably the one that I use. And I'm not going to say which one I use. It's one of those, trade secret type of things.
They didn't pay us, so
can't give too much away there. So
exactly.
Yeah, all right, knock that one out of the park.
Got it
as well. All right, okay. Now it's time for us to go down to the wellness well, and I say go down because I imagine the wellness well at a location of a nice dewy grassy hill where you slip off your shoes and walk down this cool garden path with little happy daffodils on either side of you as you walk down to the cool stillness of the well and dip your mind bucket into the well and be well. This is the part of the show where I talk with my good friend, my pal, my partner in healthy crime, Sky. Sky, how is it going, my man?
Brad, life is great. Spring has come to a close, and we're diving into summer, just head first. And spirit first, and earth friendliness first.
I always do everything in those firsts when I do them.
Of course, that's the best way to do it, and that's how you center your chi and your chakras, and everything starts with the first of things.
All right. So speaking of the first of things, today we're talking about sunflower seeds. Now, some people would say that those are disgusting and something that weird like baseball people chew on and stuff and spit and you should feed them to chickens. Like it's like sunflower seeds are chicken food and that's the only good use.
Which is very unfortunate. Yeah. It's a common misconception. So anyway, I call chickens the dirty bird. Because it's got the highest amyloid count of all the animals that...
Really? Because I've seen chickens before. I mean, you're talking about chickens raised into traditional, what do you got, like a barn type situation, right? Those are the dirty ones?
Yeah, chicken ranch, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that's what I've found. And you see, what I have found, Brad, which is really interesting, is that the aviary... communicates by sonar, and that is what takes things to a whole different dimension that people don't even think about. So I haven't been able to prove this scientifically, but one day I hope to, even though I'm not a scientist, but I do know the Earth really well. And I do know that genetics get transferred through sonar. So, I don't know if you've seen that research, but they actually look to one another and their genetics get transferred. And because the aviary and chickens in particular communicate by that sonar, what we're finding is that there is a transference of DNA, which is just mind-blowing, right?
Oh, yeah, right.
And so that's why I call it the dirty bird, is that what we found, and I've tested in-house, even Happy Bird Farm chickens, which I love. Frederick Letnor is incredible, for example. He has created an absolute utopian farm. I'm talking utopian farm.
Wow.
Out in Patagonia, Virginia. But even there's still something with the chickens. So I would say chicken is the least best option. It's pretty clear, I think, from what we've just gone over. Does that make sense so far? I mean, it's kind of a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm following you. Okay, keep going.
So, of course, speaking of heritage breed chickens that you're growing in your backyard, that's never been tampered with genetically, okay? Then that might be okay. We found that heritage breeds are better. But we've also found through the clinical outcomes in my practice, even with our clients, we say, well, your gut is better now. You can try adding a little chicken to your diet. Boom, there you go. Problem solved. And they try organic and pasture-fed chickens. And that makes a huge difference. They still don't feel as well. The chickens are really not what they used to.
Okay, so just backing up a little bit there, what do you mean when you say they communicate by sonar? That is so wow.
Yeah, well, so we know that birds, when they fly, they communicate, right? With sounds and other things. That's how birds communicate. And chicken being part of the aviary. And so they actually...
Whoa. You're saying chickens are birds.
Right.
That's
okay.
Yeah. Keep going.
They can fly, yeah. So they actually communicate in an interesting way. My hypothesis being that they're having some level of communication that is transferring DNA. Now, like I said, I haven't been able to prove this. But what I do know is genetically, we have multiple generations of DNA that are being transferred just at alarming rates. So at a minimum, you don't know if that chicken was a feedlot chicken 2 generations ago or 4 generations ago. It really doesn't matter. That's not what's important. I wrote an article about that in my blogs, one of my blogs, about how the birds communicate through sonar. And I can send that to you. We can put it in the show notes or whatever. And it explains my entire hypothesis around that.
That would be amazing. I would love to see that.
Yes.
Okay. So that's interesting. What were you saying about the? You were talking about sunflower seeds?
Oh yeah, they're really good for you. I recommend just putting a handful in a glass of fresh, gently pressed orange juice. It's really just perfection in a cup. Very simple.
Wow, Sky. Wow.
Full
yeah, no, totally. We're out of time for this segment of the Wellness Well, but I can't wait to hear more about the chickens. This is great. Thanks for coming on today, Sky.
Absolutely, Brad.
All right, man. James, I always learn something new with Sky. That was just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what I learned.
The way that guy's brain works.
Something else.
Wow. Yeah.
Just on a different level.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, people, do you have some questions that you'd like to hear answered by my melodious voice? I'm betting that you do. Who doesn't? So go ahead and send them in. Remember, that's at Brad Johnson Show on all the social mediums, or you can use the hashtag, and you can use the hashtag Brad Knows. So go ahead and do that and make it happen, and your life will change, probably for the better. Thanks for listening today, guys. We'll check you next time. Ciao.
Thanks for listening to The Brad Johnson Show, where every episode we bring you tips, tricks, interviews, advice, and answers to fix the mess that is your life, while helping you stop being a loser and start winning in business, health, and your personal life. Show us your face, tweet us your tweets, and Insta your grams at Brad Johnson Show. The Brad Johnson Show. Winners only.